Thank you, Daniel, Mr. Okiya, for inviting me here today. You're celebrating a big day because it's connecting classroom through global learning. This is a project you've done for a few years. So talk to me about this project, connecting classrooms through global learning. What is it?
Connecting classroom through global learning is a project that is so much close to my heart. I've been doing it for 8 years. When it started, it used to be called Global School Partnership. And the name has changed from Global School Partnership to now what we have, Connecting Classroom. Currently we have Connecting Classroom through global learning, because there are two different development organizations that were doing nearly the same things. Well, partnership, some of the people concentrated on just an exchange where they'll have pen pals, but whatever they were doing was not embedded in the curriculum. So what other teachers felt that it was an add-on. So the two organizations, the Pearson and the British Council, funded by DFID, came together and said that they're going to continue connecting classroom, but whatever they are doing should be able to equip the children with the 21st century skills. And there are different aspects, the values of when they're learning, the values of they learn about their knowledge and values, they learn skills, and they also change perception, which is the attitudes of the children that they have. So those are the core things. But then another thing, with the values and skills, we have connectivity to the schools. While the lessons are on, there's a lot of creativity going on. Teamwork, the children collaborate together within their classroom and with the partner schools. So they share knowledge, and that has impacted to the children's achievement.
Well, I've gone to a year 3 class. Believe me, you know I'm a secondary school teacher, and I was looking at the content the year 3 students are doing on climate change. I was so impressed because they're going deep down. How is that learning about climate change linked to what Kenyans or a school in Kenya is learning about climate change? How do you connect the classrooms with such a kind of learning?
Thank you for asking. Choosing the project was based on the Kenya's achievement being one of the countries that hosted the blue economy, and the second one being one of the countries in the world that banned the use of plastic bags. So we were inspired by that, and we said that our children can learn from Kenyan children, but when we started, both are learning. We're learning from each other, and I would say in the Kenyan schools, they have the topics from year 4. They are doing forestry. So we link that with the rainforest that the UK schools are doing, and Brazil, and then they also learn about water. So the impact of climate change, the impact that water has to climate change, the impact that forests have to climate change. So when they're talking about deforestation, it's something that is a challenge to Kenyan government, because there are people now, we are building more houses, we need to use timber. In some places, they use it as firewood. So we're encouraging people to plant more trees. And I would say that St. Joseph has made us so proud, because they are initiating that as a school, and they've started going to the community, encourage them to do tree planting. We have pictures of them going to the market and talking about litterless. They call it the litterless campaign. So they're encouraging people to keep the environment clean if they want to be safe, and because we have only one planet, so we need to take care of it. And they go there, they are connecting with Newham, and they're connecting with the local community just from the barazas to influence the whole community to take care of the climate. Being the people that are going to be the 2030, when we achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, it is them that are going to make a bigger impact and a bigger change.
You've said very well about what children in Kenya are doing, and I'm really impressed the fact that they're at the ground and very busy connecting with the community and bringing all these issues for the community to deal with. How is you as a teacher in the UK then influencing your student here to actually take the same, agenda to the people?
We have entrenched this topic into the curriculum, and because all our lessons are embedded they have the global learning dimension. And since they have the global learning dimension, they are taking care of the global issue, the global problems. So they find out what are the global problems, and they provide what they think is going to be solutions to those global problems. So the children in UK, we have written, like in year 5, the right persuasive letters to the local community, And as Nelson Primary School, we have influenced a few schools around us. So whatever we are doing, we are encouraging other schools to do. So recycling is something that we really take to. So there are things that we recycle that are not used in the schools. Toothbrush, we have created a center here that we get unrecyclable things that other people, the council is not giving people bins to put that, but because we need those to be recycled as well, so they bring them to school. Toothbrush, even beak lids, the pen lids that are used within the school and the community, we have a center here. So if you get a chance when you're getting out, there's a recycling place that we have there. The eco team makes sure that they go around to collect all the recyclable materials that have been collected to go and take them to the right place for recycling.
I'm a teacher at Dagenham Park Community School. It's a secondary school. How can that be linked? What you're doing here, how do you think that would work in connecting also secondary school? Because I've heard you've got 9 schools you've linked together to work on this global learning. How can secondary schools in the UK get involved?
The secondary schools in UK can get involved. First of all, when we started, we became a global learning center. So we were training 15 schools. We did invite a few secondary schools. Stratford promised they were going to join in, but they did not join. But the secondary school can do a greater impact because there's a provision for funds for the children from the global north to travel to global south, and the children from global south to travel here. But primary school, because of the challenges of safeguarding issue, it's only the teachers that travel. At secondary school, I can connect to the secondary school that want to join. I have a number of secondary schools in Kenya that are just waiting for which schools to team with. And then what we can do, I can scaffold and support those schools with the partnership, because some of the partnership have not been sustained because people lose the direction. But we have sustained ours. We had the partnership agreement, and we've been going step by step, following the principles of partnership. And that is why we've been able to sustain 8 years, and now we have 8 more schools joining us. So it will be really lovely to have secondary schools doing the project as well. So I am really happy to support that. And British Council, I work with them as well as a British Council Schools Ambassador. So I promote their activities in schools that some of the time we train. Like our partner school in Kenya, we train them through Skype.
Well, apart from the exhibition of the work you've done, because the children today, they were the best ambassadors of your work. They talked highly about what Connecting Classrooms is doing. Apart from that, is there anything else you're doing with the teachers here to make sure that this is quite sustainable? You've said you put in the curriculum, but alone you can't run this. What kind of support does the school give you?
I'd say I have a very strong support from the school leadership. When there's opportunity, what we do and a CPD, a training for the teachers, and how they can do this practically in class. We have participated in projects by Pearson, which was involving, it was a project by European Union, over 2,000 universities, thousands of secondary schools, thousands of primary schools. If you go to RISC website, you'll find us giving guidance on global learning that's there. That was because of the project that we did, an action research that we did with, the action research that we did with Pearson at, when we were comparing poverty, the length of poverty, and we managed to get a lot of things. There was assumption that the global north had that poverty is only in the global south. And then when we are analyzing that, we are looking for things, for example, what is poverty? How do you rate poverty? We found the expectancy rate in the global north is, the life expectancy is high, while in the global south it was low. But when we are looking about the happiness index, in the global south, the very poor countries, people were more happy. Then the rate of suicide. So what do you consider as poor? What do you consider as rich? The poster that I use is two couples going to global south. And the wife is asking the husband, oh, so they still eat food from the ground. And then besides that, we also have a picture of people from the global south. The gentleman asking the couple, do you own any cow? And the man said, we don't have any cow. So he says, so you are that poor that you don't even have one cow. So what is poverty? So we've been analyzing that, and it involves critical thinking, it involves collaboration, and after that, it also demystifies some of the perspectives that other people have, the preconceived ideas. So we have been
Well, you've been busy. I'm quite impressed, especially that question about poverty as well. Because if you think about it, what we consider poor in the United Kingdom will not be what they consider poor in Kenya, in Africa. Now, finally, today we had Peter Bichik, the winner of the Best Teacher Global Prize. Like, you look at him, very much inspiring, humble. How did you think he delivered today to your children?
I think he did very, very well to the children. He did very, very well with the children, and he loved working with the children. In fact, as I was seeing him off, he told one of the marketing managers that if you asked me, I would say I'd rather go back to the school than go to where you're taking me. He's so comfortable with the children, and he says the children here really, really inspired him, that he would have wished to stay here the whole day, just getting to learn from the children and share inspirational words with the children. So I think he really did very, very well, and I would say that his presence here was really, really good, because it attracted the top development education leaders from DFID, the DFID, the British Council, the Vaki Foundation in itself, the Commonwealth education team, the Kenya High Commission, and Kenya High Commission supporting this by sending 4 of their staff on a busy day like this. I think we really appreciate that, and it's an honor to Peter, an honor to our school. And having, as I said before, having Peter on a day where the following day when most schools will not be in action and the teachers will be celebrating the World Teachers Day, I could easily say that we are celebrating the World Teachers Day with the global teacher. That's a great honor.
Wow, celebrating the World Teachers Day tomorrow with the global teacher winner. I'm just looking at that, I was overwhelmed just with his presence here today, because there's a lot of people who are looking at where he's come from, the primary school he's gone to, the people he's teaching, and having them winning international prize. And that, for me as a teacher, is challenging me. What best can I do with my children in class? If we can do that, without resources?
Without resources.
What can I do with the resources that we are providing in the United Kingdom? Now, finally, tell me, Daniel, what is the next step for your project? Because where we've landed today is a high place. So where are you going with this connecting classroom with global learning?
My next project is once we have started connecting classrooms with the schools going to Kenya, some of the children, because we've been going to Kenya, they assumed that global learning is all about Kenya. And that is why each door of each classroom now had to choose a country of their choice, but they do the research using the same templates we've been using. Moving on from here, we are going to have e-twinning, which is a program by British Council as well. And e-twinning is going to open doors to schools within Europe, schools around the world, where we can have virtual classrooms going on. We find out what's happening in Sweden, how are they recycling? We share topics, we build up a curriculum, and we share with children around the world, not only Global South, within the UK, out of the UK, the schools that we are going to persuade to join our partnership. That is our next step, and we have quite a lot, I would say, a projection that we're going step by step. Beyond that, there's something that I've already put in place. The cluster schools that we have, we'll put them to be satellite schools that are going to lead the network of schools as we share this knowledge, because we believe of all the things that happen, global learning is needed for 21st century children, and at the heart of whatever they are learning, they need to be aware of what's happening around the world in order to survive in that. So in education, I would say global learning is at the heart of children's learning.
Well, we all have an opportunity in life to do the best you can be. And if you're a teacher or you're a student, it's about time you imagine globally how is your learning connected. And Connecting Classroom through Global Learning Center at Nelson Primary School have told us today and have shown us today, even by exhibiting a lot of their work around the school, that they are really connecting with different schools in Kenya. Well, when I look at different schools in the United Kingdom, we have many schools and many students from different countries. So where those students would have a class in those countries, And connecting classroom would work very well if we all know where we come from and how our learning can also be the learning of another person in a different place. Because sometimes we think we know best, but you realize that the problem-solving skills being brought about by these children in a different path will enlighten you more on how best we can handle what we have right here in the United Kingdom. So well done very much, Mr. Daniel Okiya, and you have shown teachers in the United Kingdom that apart from just going into your classroom, you can also do very much more with your time to engage communities, to engage schools. Congratulations.
That engagement of community, having the Kenyan community come into support. Now we're connecting with the community, the pedagogical skills for the teachers to teach this lesson. They've learned a lot from them. And I cannot forget to thank St. Joseph, because they are leading light from our Kenyan schools. And besides that, they have given us a building. When we go there, we have an office. And that office is being used with the surrounding schools for global learning. So it's been a great honor to work on this project. And I'm happy that it's taken a very good shape.